Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. So my thoughts about the Megalodon are well known. I think it's an overrated animal. However, I want to get away from that today and talk about what I hope Frontier will achieve with the Megalodon. What I mean by this is what I hope they have done with it for the next DLC. So let's be optimistic for a bit and look at 5 hopes. Number 1. Skin inspirations from real sharks. Traditionally, the Megalodon has often been depicted as a great white shark essentially, right down to its colours and pattern. However, there are sharks that break the mould from the white belly, grey top type. Zebra sharks, tiger sharks, whale sharks, and black-tipped sharks all demonstrate that shark patterns and colours come in a much wider range than what is traditionally depicted. With Jurassic World Evolution 2's skin system, while I assume that the base colours will be pretty similar to what we already have, I hope that the pattern and its colours take some inspiration from these more decorative relatives. Personally, I would love to see the whale shark used for its beautiful patterns, as I love how unique and decorative it is. Number 2, take some liberties with its shape. So I think it's expected that the Megalodon will probably look quite like a great white shark, since that's what the fans will expect. And just as a cold, hard financial point, for the most money to be made, the Megalodon should look as expected. However, I think you can have that look, but also take a few artistic liberties. For example, the real-life thresher shark is very well known for its very prominent upper fluke, which is far longer than its lower fluke. This is the sort of thing that I think could be applied to the Megalodon model. Add some artistic flares to the fins and the tail fluke. Another suggestion is the adding of small horns on the head, like how Hybodus has been depicted. In fact, the Walking with Dinosaurs representation of Hybodus is, for me, a great example of how to add artistic license to the simple idea of a shark. Number 3, some interesting animations. So I don't think any of us have forgotten how the lagoon animals came to the game, nor should we forget how it took 2 years for us to get a single social animation for the lagoon animals that we have. Now, finally, every aquatic finally has social animations. However, this would be the first aquatic animal added to the game since that was achieved. I hope that Frontier have ensured that the Megalodon has a social animation, and I hope that its social animation is not a copy-paste job from another animal. I think that it's likely they may reuse the Dunkleosteus one, but if not, I hope that the Megalodon comes with a good social animation. While sharks are not known for very obvious social signs, I think with some artistic license there are possibilities here. Headbutting or aggressive swimming at each other are all possibilities, or perhaps biting the fins or the tail. Combat animations are obviously included here. While I don't personally care about combat animations, I would hope that again they use real sharks as inspiration here. Take great white sharks for example, who often attack from underneath in strikes powerful enough to make them breach the surface. This is the sort of combat animation I would hope they use. Number 4, its stats make sense. So from a gameplay perspective, I hope that Frontier do not just drop the Megalodon into the game without looking at the wider gameplay in challenge mode and beyond. For example, it makes no sense to me that Dunkleosteus has a lower rating than that of Nothosaurus or Plesiosaurus, nor do I think it makes sense that there is a huge gap in rating between Archelon at 793 and the next highest being Kronosaurus with a score of 1625. With that in mind, I hope that the Megalodon has a rating that at least makes sense based on the rest of the species. I think something around 1200 makes some good sense. High up in the list, but not higher than things like Kronosaurus. In addition, I hope that the Megalodon is inserted into the current research system where it makes sense. All of the newer animals have been smashed in together into the middle of the research tech tree. I think it makes sense to have the Meg either at the very end or to rebalance the tech tree to have a couple more ratings in the middle for balancing issues. Number 5, free update. So this is a bit of a wider point than just the Megalodon. If we are going to have a free update with this DLC, I would hope that we get some decorative additions, whether it's to the lagoon or not, which we can use for these animals. Could we have some placeable Megalodon jaws as a decoration? Some shark fin related signage? There are possibilities here, and I think Frontier should have focused on this with other DLCs. At the very least, if they are going to make a big deal about Megalodon on their stream, they should add a decoration at least for it. So that was 5 optimistic hopes for the Megalodon, if it is coming, which we're all pretty sure it is. Let me know in the comments what you folks think about these ideas and what are your hopes for the Megalodon. Don't forget, while you're there, to subscribe to the channel for more content from all of us at Triclaw Gaming. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.